Hi guys, Martin here from TeamVVV.com and the first of our new weekly roundups, looking at all the latest racing game news straight from the Team VVV website. Unfortunately, we start this week on a bit of a downer. The rumours were right. Sony's confirmed that Evolution's Driveclub on PS4 has been delayed until 2014, when it's originally set to be a launch title for the next generation console. Sony said the team simply requires more time in order to deliver. As for the promised free Driveclub Plus edition, indie title Contrast will now be offered for free on launch day to PlayStation Plus subscribers instead, as part of Sony's Instant Game Collection. Don't fret though, Driveclub Plus edition is still planned for next year as well. I must admit I'm not surprised by this delay at all. I played the alpha build of Driveclub at the Eurogame Expo, and you could tell it's still a very long way to go if it was to ever meet its November launch date, particularly with the frame rate which really struggled at times to stay at 30 frames per second. Evolution also told me at the time they were still aiming to reach 60 frames, but were not certain if this would be achievable for November. Looking back, the warning signs were certainly there. If you analyse some of the official gameplay videos for example, none of them featured multiple cars on screen at once, as you can see in this one for example where you can just see a ghost car. This is becoming increasingly concerning as the launch date drew closer, but it's clear now that Driveclub will ultimately benefit from the extra development time, and can now hopefully reach its target of 60 frames per second after all. Since the delay, Evolution has released a small selection of gameplay glimpses of the very latest build, which already looks significantly improved. You can view them all on the Team VVV website. I'll admit, as someone who will be getting a PS4 on day one, it's disappointing to see that Sony's flagship first-party racing title won't be at the launch party. But don't forget, there's still NFS Rivals, which is shaping up very well indeed. Some say there's a track set on a disused airfield somewhere in England coming soon to Xbox One, and that it's never looked so accurate in a racing game before. All we know is, it's the Top Gear test track in Forza Motorsport 5, seen here for the very first time in these stunning new screenshots. As ever, the level of detail is absolutely spellbinding, from the grass textures to the lighting and even the typical English overcast sky. You can view all these screenshots in the link below. Turn 10's Top Gear support has also been expanded for Forza Motorsport 5, with the Beat the Sting challenges and the voiceovers of all three presenters, which was previewed in a new Auto Vista style introduction featuring the voice of Jeremy Clarkson. In other Forza 5 news, Microsoft continued to tantalise us with the latest look at its exquisite car collection. This week there is nothing really new here for anyone who's played Forza 4 admittedly, but highlights nonetheless include the Mini John Cooper Works, the Lamborghini Aventador, the BMW 1 Series M Coupe and the Audi RS5 Coupe, but you can see the full list in the link below. Of course, screenshots are all well and good, but what we really want to see is gameplay footage, and that's exactly what Turn 10 have delivered with this latest direct feed video. It's interesting to see the new introductory cinematics with the animated crew and media people very reminiscent of GT5. It also gives us our first look at the Spa circuit, as well as in-game glimpses of cars such as the KTM Crossbow and the Lexus LFA. We also get a good showcase of all the available camera modes too, from the external cam, cockpit cam, and of course the bonnet cam, which highlights those beautifully rendered reflections. If however you're hoping to play Forza 5 on your swanky CSR Elite wheel, I'm afraid you're out of luck. Microsoft has finally confirmed that Xbox 360 wheels will not be compatible with the Xbox One, meaning you'll have to invest in either a Thrustmaster TX wheel or a Mad Catz Force Feedback wheel for Xbox One. You can read up on both of these wheels in the hardware section of the website. In the PC sim world, our Factor 2 users got something new to play with in the form of a brand new track. It's called Loch Drummond and it's set in the Scottish Highlands. Screenshots and a download link are all available on the Team VVV website. Move over Mario, the pudgy plumber might about to be shunted off the podium when Angry Birds Go swoops in later this year. Yes, even Angry Birds isn't immune to getting its own karting spin-off. All the hallmarks are there. You've got the cartoony graphics, the power-ups and even kart customization. But can it really match up to Mario? Well, the idea isn't as preposterous as you might think. For one, it will be free to play when it launches in December and will be widely available on a multitude of mobile devices. The only problem is the lack of memorable characters really. Whereas Mario Kart has a cast of famous characters like Mario, Bowser, Princess Peach, Toad, Angry Birds has the red one, the yellow one, and I think there's a black one? Yeah, let's go with that. Meanwhile, EA has released another trailer for NFS Rivals, this time focusing on its key selling point, all drive. It's a system that attempts to merge single player and online multiplayer into the same events without the need for loading times or lobbies. Of course, it's all really just an excuse to show us some more clips of high-speed chases and wanton destruction. Elsewhere, EA's free-to-play mobile racer Real Racing 3 was given a hefty content update. Most notable was the inclusion of free Ferraris, which probably had nothing to do with EA's recent reclaim of the Ferrari license for Need for Speed Rivals. Other updates included the addition of the Spanish Barcelona-Catalunya circuit, new time trial ghost challenges, and a new Meet the Crew mode that lets you hire crew members to help you earn more cash. Codemasters has released its remaining classic content for F1 2013. It was already available in the more expensive Classic Edition, but those of you who bought the standard game can now purchase the additional 90s content, available in 2 separate packs. The first contains a selection of legendary drivers and cars, such as Nigel Mansell's 1992 Williams FW14B and Eddie Irvine's 1999 Ferrari F399, whereas the second pack contains 2 classic tracks. Pricing details and a full list of all the available cars and tracks can be viewed on the website in the link below. Technics has announced NASCAR 14, the follow-up to this year's NASCAR The Game 2013. All the drivers, cars and tracks in next year's Sprint Cup Championship will feature, and players will be able to relive key moments in the sport's history in the NASCAR Highlights mode, as with this year's title, which sounds a lot like Codemasters F1 Scenario mode. The new Career mode will let you build your own car and assign sponsors too. It's scheduled for release early next year on PS3 and Xbox 360, but no mention of a PC or next generation release as of yet. No screenshots or videos were available either, but we'll be sure to keep you posted. iRacing joins the likes of Forza 5 and Gran Turismo 6 as the latest racing title to add the legendary Australian Bathurst circuit. It's available now to subscribers in the latest build update. iRacing's recreation looks pretty accurate to us, but you can judge for yourself in the release screenshots available to view in the link below. In a surprise move, Ken Block has partnered with Need for Speed as EA's racing advisor. The new multi-year partnership will see Mr. Block provide an insight into what it takes to push the action and adrenaline of racing to new limits when developing Need for Speed. The news also coincides with the release of his latest Gymkhana video, which will premiere on the Need for Speed YouTube channel November 11th. It follows Gymkhana 5, which we posted on the website last year, where he tore up the streets of San Francisco, weaved between trams, and even performed a spectacular mid-air drift. EA also hinted that additional Ken Block-inspired content will make its way into future Need for Speed games, starting with a special livery for Need for Speed Rivals. Whether or not we'll be seeing dirt-style Gymkhana events in Need for Speed remains to be seen. Of course, this means that Ken Block is no longer with Codemasters though, which is hopefully another indication that Dirt 4 will go back to its roots as a pure rally game. Now here's something we really weren't expecting. The late Ayrton Senna may have been curiously absent from Codemasters' classic content in F1 2013, but a new partnership between the Ayrton Senna Institute and Gran Turismo developer Polyphony Digital means we can expect some sort of Senna-related content to appear in Gran Turismo 6. Exactly what that content will entail and when we can expect it is yet to be confirmed, but Polyphony have stated that players will be able to trace the roots of Ayrton Senna's racing career in Gran Turismo 6. Elsewhere on the site, I had an extended chat with Evolution Studios community man Jamie Brayshaw, who gives us the lowdown on Driveclub. Split into 2 parts, the first focuses on the community features, as well as revealing new information on the various game modes, including Driveclub's unique drifting events. You can also find out how F1 2013 compares to last year's game in a review from James, and Alan takes Need for Speed Rivals for a spin in our exclusive hands-on gameplay videos in what is shaping up to be the best Need for Speed game in years. That's it for now, but I'll be back next time with another roundup. In the meantime, visit teamvvv.com for all the latest racing game news, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.